Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. We're going to review the Spacewalk Eilleo in today's video. Now this right here is actually their Pro model. They have two different models. This is their Pro model, so it's just a little bit more powerful. It does have 3 seats on this model, so you have the back seat, the middle seat, and the front seat, which is kind of unique to be able to have 3 seats. It also folds down. We'll talk about all the specs, all the performance, all the little features of this as we go along in this video. But before we waste any time, let's get out on the road, check it out. Let's go. All right guys, so I'm out here riding, just talk a few specs. People always want to know specs when I ride these things. It does have a 265-pound load capacity, so keep that in mind. Even though this is, as you can see, a 3-seater, it can only hold a maximum of 265 pounds. It probably could do a little bit more, but the motor's only a 350-watt motor, so it can only pull so much weight. So keep that in mind. I'm about 200 pounds myself, so I could have a small child on here with me, but I couldn't put 3 adults on here, so don't even attempt it. As far as top speed, it does have a rated maximum speed of 17.4 miles per hour. Now that's going to be on flat land or maybe even a little bit downhill, but when you start going up hills, you're just not going to be able to attain that speed with this kind of weight. It's a pretty heavy little scooter, so it's about 60 pounds. So lifting it up may take a little bit of muscle, and you got to factor that in when you are going up hills. It's kind of a heavy little scooter, and it is because it is carbon fiber. It's really well built, guys. This is a well built scooter. It's very comfortable. The seat's comfortable. I'm enjoying the ride out here. It's not struggling too much up hills, but it definitely isn't hitting that 17 miles per hour. As far as battery, it does use a 42-volt lithium battery, so it's a very good battery. It has a range of anywhere from 20 to 25 kilometers, so it doesn't have the longest range, but it does have a rapid charger, so it charges fully in about 3 to 4 hours. That's from dead to full charge, which is actually a very, very quick recharge. As you can see, it does have that back seat with the backrest. I do like that. You do have the optional basket. At the time I got this, they were out of baskets, so I wasn't able to purchase the basket. So if it's not available, I apologize. It does have front and back brakes, front reflector, and front light. So it's got a lot of upgrades here, guys. Full suspension. It's got that front fork suspension as well as the rear suspension. It's a very comfortable ride. I'm really enjoying this. It's a little bit different than most of the e-bikes or scooters I've ridden in the past. All right, guys, you gotta let me know what you think. I went out there really quickly, talked about some of the specs on this here. I can tell you going up hills at about 200 pounds myself, it was a little bit slow going up those hills. That's really not what this is for. This isn't a bicycle. This isn't a high-performance scooter. This right here is a mobility device, so it just helps you get from one place to another. I have an injured knee right now, so for me, it's actually pretty handy to have something like this. And it's really easy to get on and off, as you can see. This is optional too. I wanted to mention that. I didn't mention that while I was riding. This comes off, so if you don't need that third seat, maybe you want to stand on it or you want to be able to get on just a little bit easier, you can actually remove that seat. And these little kickstands right here are really convenient, but they fold in. So for transportation, you can fold them in, or if you don't want to use them at all, you don't have to. Just a nice little option. As you can see, it also has those kickstands in the back as well. So it's pretty unique to have dual kickstands, and that's for the back rider. It does have a headlight up front. I mentioned that a little bit, both front and back brakes. It does have a very wide deck, and it makes sense that it has such a wide deck because, well, you're going to have a passenger potentially here, so they want to have a place for their feet as well. The neck is adjustable as well, so if you are taller or shorter, you can adjust that. And I do want to mention a few things about this that I didn't mention when I was riding. Is it actually has a pretty good suspension. This is probably one of the most comfortable rides I've ever had. It has the front suspension, and it also, as you can see right here, has this suspension here, so it does have good suspension system, but on top of that, it's got the most comfortable seat I think I've ever ridden. It's actually very, very comfortable. Now the booster seats, they're just average, but for the main rider, incredibly comfortable seat. So super impressed by that. So there's some great features about this. Things that I don't like is I would have liked a little bit more power. So I don't like that it's so slow going up those hills. The bike itself, or the scooter, I guess, is very heavy. So that's part of the issue, is it already has a lot of weight to it because of the multiple seats. The frame is very heavy, well built. And so that extra weight just keeps you from going up those hills too much. But if you're using this just like most people would be and getting from point A to point B easier, this is perfect for you, and it's very, very affordable. And I'll put a link to this down in the description section of this video if you are interested in something like this, or if you want to learn more about it. I really like it. It's a lot of fun, very unique. I thought I'd bring it to you. Again, the neck folds down if you want to put it in your SUV. It's just a lot easier, or the back of a truck. You can do that as well. Really like it, guys. It's got a real horn, real headlights. Definitely a thumbs up for me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks again. Bye.